That's right, this Sunday, Mitch Cleary dropped some pretty heavy news that the AFL Wildcard round will be taking place in the 2026 AFL season. What is the Wildcard round and how will it affect the league in 2026? Well, today I'll be running through all of that, and if you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider leaving a like as well as subscribing to the channel if you guys are new. Enough wasting your time, let's get straight into things. So like I said before, it was Mitch Cleary who dropped the news that this will be taking place in 2026. So the way that the Wildcard round does work, teams that finish 9th and 10th place on the AFL ladder at the end of the home and away season are still a chance at qualifying for the final series, which has obviously never been the case over the 128 years that the league has been around, meaning that teams who do finish outside the top 8 are still a chance at going on to win the flag, which is absolutely insane. Now obviously this will take place during the typical bye week that always happens prior to finals, or at least has been happening since 2016 I believe. You know, the bye week, the week where the All-Australian Awards take place, which I would assume is still going to be the case this year. Unless they choose to change it up, I feel like the All-Australian Awards should be on the same week as the Brownlow. That's just my personal opinion though. Although obviously teams who finish inside the top 6 will still be rewarded with that week break, so they'll just have the week break to rest up and prepare for the upcoming final. The way it'll work, it'll be 7th place taking on 10th place and 8th place taking on 9th place. The winners of those 2 games will qualify themselves a spot in the finals, and the 2 losers, even if they do happen to finish 7th or 8th, their season will be done if they do lose in the wildcard round. And after the wildcard weekend, the finals will run at the same system that it has been since the year 2000, where week 1 there'll be 2 qualifying and elimination finals. Following that is the semi-finals, which will have the 2 losers of the qualifying finals and the 2 winners of the elimination finals. And obviously the winners of the semis will go on to verse the winners of the qualifying finals in the prelim week. And I can't forget that the 2 winners of the prelim move on to the big dance, the AFL Grand Final. Now week 1 of finals, it'll be 5th place taking on the lower placed winner of the wildcard round, and it'll be 6th place taking on the other winner. So it's a very similar system to what we already have, just with a few slight changes. But pretty much after week 1 of finals, everything's just running the exact same. I think having an extra week of footy will definitely benefit the AFL heavily. It'll definitely make the AFL a lot more money, because finals, they always bring in a lot of money for the AFL, and to have an extra week there, an extra week of bigger games, it'll benefit them heavily money-wise, and they'll have a huge income. It'll also help to spice things up for finals, have a lot more twists and turns. And for die-hard fans of the AFL, they'll definitely enjoy this, as they'll take as many more games of footy as they can get. For those who still don't quite understand this whole wildcard round concept, let me put it to you guys like this. In the 2025 season, the Western Bulldogs finished 9th place on the ladder with 14 wins and the 3rd highest percentage in the league. Now the Sydney Swans, they finished 10th place, but they were still 3 games outside the top 8. So if this wildcard format already existed, it would have been the 7th place Gold Coast Suns taking on the 10th place Sydney Swans, and then it would have been the 8th place Hawthorn Hawks taking on the 9th placed Western Bulldogs. And the winners out of both of those games would qualify for finals. There was a lot of talk earlier in the year about this wildcard round coming into place, but it just seemed very unrealistic, and the idea went very quiet after about a month. In fact, I even forgot about it until it was announced just the other day that it will actually be happening. Some thought that if this was going to come into the league, it would happen when Tasmania come into the competition where there's a bit more teams, but it's official, we are getting it a lot more sooner than 2028. Although this isn't the first time we've seen the wildcard round take place in Aussie rules football, because it's been happening in the VFL for 3 years now, with the Williamstown Football Club finishing 10th place at the end of the VFL season. They took on the Collingwood Magpies to finish 7th place in the wildcard round, which they actually won and moved on to the first round of finals, but they got knocked out very quickly. In 2024, it was the 10th place Frankston Dolphins defeating the 7th place Gold Coast Suns in the wildcard round, but they were also knocked out the following week. Although I will not forget, it was a very high scoring match, that one of the highest scoring games of football I have ever seen. But in 2023, neither 9th or 10th place managed to win a game in the wildcard round, meaning that in the first ever wildcard round, it was just completely useless. Now, one thing I would like to mention is the mixed feedback that the fans are giving on this. It's not necessarily something people have been asking for, to be honest, which is why everyone has very mixed feelings, with many people complaining about how this is going to be a very bad idea and the AFL just should not be doing this.
No one asked for this. No one did.
This isn't the NBA. Did anyone actually fucking want this?
I don't like this. I think this is an absolutely terrible idea by the AFL.
Delusion round, sorry, I mean wildcard round.
If something is not broken, don't try and fix it.
But others are coming from a perspective of how this could be great for the league.
Wildcard round is here. I love this idea.
Imagine a story where either 10th or 9th go all the way and win the whole thing. That would be insane.
But that's huge. Because now you're not even caring about a top 8, you're more caring about a top 10.
And whilst I'm on here, I may as well give my own opinions on this change. Obviously, being a huge footy fan, I'm super keen to have another round of football. I'll definitely be watching every single one of these games, and let's be honest, if Collingwood finish 9th or 10 next season and we still qualify for finals when we get a win in the wildcard round, I'm obviously not going to complain. Although I will say I sort of have the same take with opening round in a way that the more footy, the better. Like, even if it's not the best idea in the world, the more footy I can get, the better. But personally, I just feel like if you're not good enough to make the top 8, why should you be rewarded with a second chance? I'm also not too keen on the fact that more teams are making finals than teams that don't. But if we're being realistic, I doubt there's ever going to be a team that wins the flag after finishing 10th on the ladder. Like, it's just so unrealistic. But I guess we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, and let's just wait to see what happens in the 2026 season. Now, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. I know I've been a bit slow on the uploads. I think this is my second video since grand final week, so I have been a bit slow, but I'm super keen to get stuck back into things, and I hope to see you all in the next bit of content I post here on the channel.